So, Bishop Zamara, here we are.
Bishop Luis. I don't like to be called by my last name.
Bishop Luis.
Yeah, that is much better.
Forgive me.
No, that's okay.
Bishop Luis. Why do you like being called by your first name?
I was called during my entire life in the high school and the school always by my last name. And I have my brothers who they have the last name, my cousins, and Sarama could be my brother or could be my cousin, and I have a name, and I like to be called by my name. Last name for me make me feel a little bit away from the people. With a name I feel more close, and I don't like to give a sense of distance with the people. I like to be close with the people.
Speaking of being close with the people, we were just talking about COVID. How was that time for you and the parishioners here? Were you able to have services online, or were you able to meet in person? How did that work for you?
But it was a big challenge, because having this church and celebrating a mass here with an empty church, the only thing that I heard was the echo of my voice. It was weird. But at the same time, challenged us to reach the people through the internet. And something that we didn't do before. And we opened an opportunity to reach people not only here in the diocese, but all over the world, because the people can click and can follow us, doesn't matter where. And we're still keeping that kind of service, because we have people who are unable to come, homebound people, but at least they can follow our masses through the service that we provide to them.
How were you able to receive the feedback? How did you know you were still connecting even though you were on the internet?
I don't know what is exactly the way that they have, but they know how many people are following us in each mass.
But you personally, did you still feel as though that your message was getting across?
You know, it was very interesting, because was the way here in the diocese that the people were able to know me because of the COVID, because of the service that we provide. That they were in Wilmington or in other areas, they were following the masses from here when I was presiding the masses here. And when I got there, they said, "Oh, we are following you, Bishop, from the masses at the cathedral." I said, "Okay." I think with the challenge was an opportunity for me to reach more people because of the internet service that we provide.
And that's important to you, because as you said right at the beginning, it's important for you to be close with people.
And I was able to get to the homes of the people during the COVID. And it was a challenge, but it was a good time for all of us to really see life with a different speed of life. Taking a little bit more time to enjoy, for example, a good breakfast without being in a rush. And that is a very different way to start a new day, when you have time for yourself. We are a culture that we like to be busy, and I feel proud that we are busy. And the Lord find a way to use some breaks and stop us and say, "Okay, now is your time.
Slow down."
Slow down, yeah.
How have you seen your membership change over the years? Your Raleigh Diocese has 94 churches, so explain how that has changed over the last 5 years, let's say, the length of time this cathedral has been open.
And this is the length of time that I have been here as a bishop, 5 years.
Well, what changes have you seen during those 5 years?
First of all, we were so excited having this new cathedral full with people, and after that COVID and everything stopped and the church was empty. Mm-hmm. But the great thing for me is see the people coming back
Tell me about what it was like then when people started coming back and filling up this building again.
Well, it was a challenge too, because in the beginning, when we start to open the church for masses, was a limited number of people who were able to come. And with that, we were wearing the mask, and having the cathedral with people wearing the mask, you didn't see the faces. You know, you see part of, but it was not a full face. And when the people start to remove their masks, we start to feel the true person who was behind that. And I think that is what the Lord is challenging us. We live our life with masks, and we don't like the people to know us as we are. We are afraid. But the Lord challenges us to remove that. Let the people see what they have in your heart. And that experience to see that the people were still start to coming back and coming back, and the church was like before. That was such a blessing. And for me, one of the great parts of coming to the cathedral or celebrating the Mass is celebrate the Mass, but after that is being able to reach and say goodbye to the people there at the door of and hugging the people, see the kids. That is another celebration for me, and that is something that I miss a lot. And now I'm enjoying that again.
Fellowship is such a large part of being at church.
Yes, that is very important. It is very important, and that is why we need to find the time to enjoy ourselves in that. Because we come sometimes to Mass or whatever service that we have with a time frame. We know that we'll be only there for 1 hour, and after that we rush again to our daily lives. But we don't have a time to really digest and to share what we receive because we're in a rush. And stopping there a little while before you leave, shaking hands with them, talking and laughing and giving hugs, that is such a blessing. It's a beautiful celebration after the celebration.
Because you get to slow down.
I slow down.
And celebrate.
I'm not in a hurry.
Right.
I know what I need to do. Mm-hmm. I have my time, and I don't like to be pushed. I'd like to stay with time to be able to be with my people.
Talk about your Spanish language masses too, because those are they fill up.
They are filling up. The people are coming from different areas here in Raleigh, in the Raleigh area, and it's a different kind of celebration because it's more. The music is different, and the language is different, and sometimes the Spanish Mass is a little bit longer than the Anglo Mass because we talk a little bit more. And it's nice to see that they are bringing with their families, and there's a lot of young people coming with them.
Why is that important to you?
Because it's the beautiful gift of them today for us, for the church, and the hope for the future. Young people there coming in to pray. It's hope, and they are here. What more can I ask? This is such a blessing. It's a great time.
You were talking about the diversity of the membership. Is that something that's different from before COVID to now?
The diversity is growing. It is more obvious now to see how diverse we are becoming, and that reflects what with the Catholic Church we are. We are universal, and it's a little reflection of what the church it is right here in Raleigh.
How are you able to reach the older population, the grandparents, and the NC State students, so that you can have a message that's universal to all the different types of people who come?
The message of the gospel is universal, and the message of the gospel is for me, is for a boy, is for every one of us. it's how we present that and how we make the people excited about listening and opening their hearts to be able to receive the good news. And it's a challenge because we live in times in which we are bombarded by bad news. And we need to hear good news. And I think Sundays is that little break that we needed. Away from for bad news and come in and listen the good news, the hope that we need to have to live our lives, and experience that we are not alone in our journey of life, that we are more people, we are together. We have more people coming together and making our journey together. And to experience in the life of the church, in the life of the sacraments, what truly love it is. Because every Eucharist is an expression of love.
I read in a Gallup poll that said sermons are the primary reason for why people attend church, which I thought was interesting. So what is the message that people are looking to hear?
Well, depend where what you're looking for, you know. For me, the gospel and the preaching is how we help the people to understand the gospel, the word of God. How we are able to find in each one of the readings that we have for every Mass that the Lord is challenging us. He loves us, but He challenges us. He doesn't like for us to become comfortable, but He always challenges us to keep growing in faith, growing in love, growing in hope. Sometimes make us uncomfortable because we like to be comfortable and we don't like to be challenged. But what is what the Lord, why the Lord like to do that? Because He knows all our possibilities. And He likes that we can accept His challenge and to find something new and great in our own hearts every day.
When you go inside, that it still kind of takes your breath away, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and I feel nervous every time.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it's so, I don't give for granted that I'm here. You know, I see this, the building, it makes me feel tiny.
Really?
And it's the beauty is a challenge for how well prepared I am for what I will celebrate. Mm-hmm. It's not a game, you know. Mm-hmm. It's an encounter. It's being with the people. Mm-hmm. I need to really think every time that I'm here that is what I'm doing, because I'm so blessed.
But the fact that you stop and that you appreciate this cathedral every time you walk in is pretty remarkable.
You know, and the first time when I came here, when they named me a bishop and I came here to Raleigh and they brought me here to see the cathedral, I never expect to see a building like this. Mm-hmm. And I still, you know, when I come and celebrate the early Mass, you know, and it's early in the morning with the sunrise in the back, you know, it's such a great inspiration to see the beautiful building, to celebrate the beautiful sacrament. That is amazing.
So talk to me about the last 5 years since you've been here, outside of COVID. What changes have you seen, and how are you just getting a groove going, you know, that you feel comfortable, or did you immediately feel comfortable? Or tell me about the last 5 years outside of COVID.
I say to myself, Raleigh is my home, and I cannot change. And I say to myself, and I say that publicly to the people, we are in the best diocese in the entire world. Not only for the churches, but for the team that I have working and serving the diocese. The people that I met here, it's such a great blessing for me to be able to be here in this part of the United States that I cannot change this for anything else. It's so beautiful. The people are so great. And has been helping me to enjoy my job as a bishop, helping me to enjoy the gift of life and the opportunity to share all of that with the people that the Lord has entrusted to me. Is wonderful, and the challenges that are there, how we can respond to the growth that we have in the church. It's like more families coming in, how we can open our churches for the new families who are coming in.
Pretty good problems to have, right?
It's a blessing. I don't say that it's a problem. It's a blessed challenge that we have.
And you're seeing a lot of growth over those 94 churches.
It's a lot of growth. Some areas not too much, but here, especially in the Raleigh area, the growth is amazing. It's amazing.
You're opening a new church.
We are looking for a new church in Apex soon, and we have another projects there. We are looking for land for the future, that we can establish new churches, new parishes, that we can be able to continue to serve the people and giving them the opportunity to have the life of the church through the sacraments. It's such a blessing.
Talk to me about the financial hit that you probably took during COVID, and how does that limit you on the projects that you still have for the future?
I can say that we were hit at the beginning hard, but I don't know, the Lord was so good that we are able to almost, we didn't suffer as we thought that we would suffer because of that. And of course, it's a concern about the finances of the diocese. But the main concern was how we were able to serve the people. If you serve the people, the Lord will provide you with the means that you need to serve them. And that is what we did. We helped a lot our parishes in the time of COVID, and we survived, and we survived very well.
Were you able to continue outreach as well to help charities and people who are in need?
Charities grow as fast. We never saw the growth in charities as what happened to us during the COVID time.
And you were still able to serve?
I was still able to serve. Oh, yes, yeah.
Do you find that people are volunteering more, that want to help the church with the Catholic charities?
We need more volunteers. People are willing to help. And that is one of the things that I have in mind, to help the people to understand that each one of us, we have a place in the church. It's not only to be seated here in the pew and be here for the service. No, how you can find your place in the family of the church to be able to serve. Because that is the only way for us to understand what really love means, is when we serve the other one. That is the practice of love.
I know that the Catholic Church went through a rough time with the scandal with the priests. Do you feel like that has subsided now? People trust the church and have forgiven?
That is a very difficult topic, and was something in the past that hurt the people. We lost the trust of the people, but we are moving forward. And I sometimes am becoming a little bit sad when that is the topic of almost every interview, bringing back that past, and don't let the past be in the past and looking for the blessing from the present moment. I think we have been working very hard to change things, but they never ask, what are you doing to keep changing and taking care of the minors? You know, they are so focused more in the past, but they are not looking for the good job that we are doing to prevent that things happen again.
So what are you doing to prevent that from happening again?
We have a system in the church. We reach all the volunteers in every parish to give them formation how to deal, how to recognize something that can happen. We are in the formation of our seminarians, how we are helping them to be mature spiritually, emotionally, to reach the whole person, to mature and be secure about the role that he will exercise later on. And that has been a very successful process that we have.
Good. I'm sorry to ask that question. It just kind of hit my mind when we're talking about trust and people coming back.
It's fine, but you know, sometimes in the conversation,
sure,
I think is good that as you question me, I can express what I feel too.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here. That's what I want you to do. Absolutely. So talk to me about the next 5 years. Where do you see the next 5 years for this cathedral and for your reign?
Well, we will celebrate in 2024 the 100 years of the Diocese of Raleigh. That the diocese was established 100 years ago. And we have the projects, now we are working for the big celebration for the 100 years of the diocese. And we are preparing a missionary aspect of the celebration in the way that we will be able to reach people who are not coming back, or reach people that they don't know about our faith. I think is what I can say is the gospel in action. You know, we were a missionary territory for a long time, this diocese. But that missionary, we don't need to forget that we keep being missionaries to bring in the gospel today, not maybe to the jungles, but to the cities and the people who live in the city. And helping them understand that it's a place, according to your faith, where you can go. And you are not all alone. And we need to find and help the people to find their own dignity, their own value. And that is only come when we reach in faith the one who created us. And to discover the wonderful things that each one of us we have as a human person. Because we are in a rush and we don't have time to really think about it. And we are missing a lot. Sometimes we live so fast that it's like when you drive the same street every day, you don't put attention to anything else. You know that's the street, but you don't put attention to the street anymore. And after a couple of years, you can say, oh, that is a new building. No, that building was there like 5 or 6 years ago. But living in such a rush, you didn't put attention to see that something new. And that happened with us. We are so blessed with many different things, but we don't have the time to really see them and enjoy and use that gifts.
For what's right here, right around us.
For right here, for this moment, that is the only moment that we have. And this is the moment that we have to enjoy the gift of our life. the gift of our own professions, the gift of our own families, the gift of our own country. We cannot give things for granted. We need to really appreciate and give thanks for all the blessings that we have. And that is the way to learn to respect each other.
Very true. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.